Greetings, my name is Stan Hustad, and most of you are seeing this because at one time or another, in fact, in just the last week, about 3,000 or 4,000 of you have signed up to be one of my friends, one of my students, as I have a lot of online classes and courses on the Udemy platform. And I'd like to take just a few minutes to talk a little bit about some of the things we're going to do differently, and as we say, what it might take to help you have a better life in business. About a week and a half ago, I put together a little program in which I confessed that I was disappointed with all of the teaching I had been doing. Now, there are a number. I've literally taken all of my 20-plus classes and courses on Udemy and I've made them free. That's right. It's not for the money. If they're helpful to you, and many of them will be, a lot of them won't be helpful for you, you can watch them for free. And then I said that I wanted to do something quite different. I wanted to actually help you have a better life in business. It's not about you learning something. It's about you being able to do something and become something and get something. Do something, become something, and get something. Not just learning something. I hope you understand how important that is, and that's what this teach about, why it really is a teach about, is important. At that time I asked if you would do these things for me. I said, first of all, what kind of classes and courses would you like to have? Okay. Secondly, how long would you like them to be? And thirdly, what would you be willing to pay for them? And I'd like to hear even more from you. But here's a decision I've made, and I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to be starting to offer a whole series of varieties of classes and courses. Many of them won't be on Udemy because they don't qualify for a Udemy class or course. Udemy has some very strict requirements, and some of the things that we'll be doing in terms of size and timing may not fit the framework that they have. But that's not the issue. The issue is, can I help you make your life better and different? Now, I'm putting this together on the very last Friday in July 2017. Now, I used to teach this and I still do. Many of my most effective and powerful business clients that I would visit, we made Friday Future Day. Here was the deal. First of all, on Friday, we tried to make sure that all of the junk was gone so we could spend time on Friday to think about the future. Not just deal with the mess of the present or the things that we have to clean up and the work we have to do, but take some time to think about the future. Now, that's why I said that at the end of Friday, the young men and women who were getting coaching from me, when they left the office on Friday, they had to have their desks cleaned up. Not perfect, but cleaned up. And they actually had to tell me what they had achieved that week. I mean, just one sentence. One good thing they had achieved that week. And then before they went, I asked them to be thinking about and say, okay, what are some of the significant things, or at least the one significant thing you want to achieve by next Friday? In your business, in the clients, customers, and stuff you're doing, what is the one significant thing you want to achieve? Well, today is Friday, and so we're going to think about the future. Now, I was mentored by a man named Peter Drucker. Not personally. He was obviously world famous. I could never afford him. But I did the next best thing. I read his books, and I watched his videos and listened to his programs. And that's where I learned a great deal. He was kind of a mentor to me, even though he certainly didn't know me. But that's the wonderful thing about today. Using all of the resources, we can be mentored by literally the best in all of the world. You know, the goodest and the greatest, as one of my friends would say. Okay, and he had a classic question. I just did a program in which I said, if you're doing strategic planning, you're wasting your time. And I believe that. In today's world, things change too fast. But here's something you can do. How do you want your life to be different in the next 6 months? Now think about that. How do you want your life to be different in the next 6 months? Can you tell me? All right. At the end of January 2018, that's about 6 months, how do you want your life and business to be different? What do you want to have changed that is good and powerfully positive? Now, we don't know what the future holds. 6 months ago, I didn't know that I was going to have to deal with a major episode of illness and a very serious disease and have to take some pretty serious steps. I didn't know that. But knowing what we know, if we're graced and have good fortune to have things reasonably calm and reasonably about the same in terms of difficulty and adversity, what do you positively want to do to change your life the next 6 months? How do you want it to be different? Can you tell me? Well, here's how my life is going to be different. I have decided that I am going to primarily teach people how to increase their PBI. I'm going to be a storyteller. I'm going to be a teacher. And then I'm going to actually be someone to help you learn the promoting arts. How to promote yourself. Because you know what? Most of us could use a lot of things, but we could use some extra income. And so I want to help you. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to start a side business. Maybe you just simply want to get better at what you do. Your personal business income. PBI. I'm going to start having classes and courses. Some of them will be free, but others will not be free. They will be designed to help increase your PBI, your personal business income. And one of the ways we're going to do that is we're going to teach some classes and courses on how just to do that. Mostly they are going to be coaching programs in which I coach you and give you an assignment and ask you to respond to it. It really is responsive. Most of them will be no more than 50 minutes. Not 5 hours. Most of them will be 50 minutes. They will be about 3 different modules. Not 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50. You see, that's one of the reasons by making it only 3, unfortunately, Udemy wants you to have at least 5 or more, and many of you know that there are many, many, many modules. I want to keep it real simple. For the most part, there will be only 3 to 4 modules. And the fee will be really low. I mean, really low. I've oftentimes said that perhaps we should go into the world and just simply say it's $2, $3, $4, $5, something that you can invest in and know that it'll be something worthwhile. And even if it is a little bit, even though you can always ask for your money back, it is not something that requires a huge investment. Somebody just put a class in front of me that, it might be helpful, it might be useful. I think it's way too long. It was 75 videos. I don't know when I'm going to get time to watch 75 videos, but maybe I would, but I don't know quite how to do that. And they wanted $295. Well, I'm not saying it's not worth $295, but I'm not so sure it's worth $295 to me. So, we're going to have courses, classes, but most of all coaching programs to help you do what it takes to increase your personal business. Now, you say, oh, I don't have a business. Oh, yes, you do. Everything you do is a business. And that's the first thing you learn. You may not have a business as such, though you probably should have one. Your personal business income. So, as someone said, a lot of our problems in terms of finances, if we just had an extra $1,000 a month, that would really help us get started. And then maybe a year later, another 1,000 extra a month. What would it be like if you could get a $1,000 raise a month every year? Well, that might really be very helpful and very nice. That is not what we're going to do. We're going to try to do all we can to increase your personal business income. Now, are you interested in anything like that? Well, if you are, I would just like, first of all, this is not a sign-up. Just send me an email at stanhusted@gmail.com, stanhusted@gmail.com, and simply say, Stan, I'm serious. And that's really vital. I just asked a guy the other day who wanted to do this and this and this, and I finally wrote back to him and said, are you serious? Because you know what I found out? Most people aren't. Oh, yeah! But are you really willing to do the work of being serious? So I'm going to simply say, if you see this program on Udemy or on YouTube, or if somebody passes it along on Facebook or Twitter or something else, simply ask yourself the question, am I really serious about changing my life and making it better? About increasing my personal business income, input, income of good things? Am I serious about that? And if you are, just simply say, Stan, I'm serious. And then, of course, give me your name, and then I've got your email address. You don't even have to write it down or sign it up. I'll just have your email. We may go from there. Thank you so very much for your time and using some of your very precious treasure of talent to listen to this little program on what it takes. I'm Stan Husted, wishing you all the best, and I hope that we will work together to make life better in the time that's before us now. Best and blessings, and bye for now.